today's show, we talk with two of three co-founders of ChopChop, find out how they digitize your traditional loyalty card to work on your smartphone. I'm Patrick Lim and I'm a first-time entrepreneur. I founded a company manufacturing and designing urban city bags here in Malaysia. And because I was new to business, I had tons of questions and challenges that needed answers. I started talking with veteran entrepreneurs and they would tell me these great origin stories of theirs. On this show, we talk to entrepreneurs about how they brought their crazy ideas to life. We get to hear their stories of adventure and challenges, and how they started from zero to hero. Okay guys, thank you for being on the show. Before we talk about ChopChop, let's talk about yourselves. What were you guys doing before you came up with the idea of ChopChop? Which is, Aaron, would you like to start with?
Hi, thanks for having me here. My name is Aaron. Before ChopChop, I was supposed to be in the banking line.
Right.
But I took 1 or 2 years off journey of self-discovery.
Banking in which?
Investment banking industry.
So you were a finance major, economics?
Yes, accounting and finance. So decided to take the switch into the entrepreneur world.
What made you decide you wanted that switch? What were you looking for?
Something more of creating value for the society. Because as much as I want to make money, well, I can make a lot of money in the investment banking line, but it's more of creating value first.
Right.
That's my priority. If you see what happened in 2008 in the economy, the bankers they were only focus on making money, and that's where we ended up in one of the worst financial crises. So I tried to choose not to go down that path and instead be where I am today, because money follows value, not the other way around.
Right, okay. That's a very valid point.
Yeah, so that's where I am here now.
Okay, so do you know how to code?
No, I'm not a coder. ChopChop consists of 3 of us. We're a very well balanced team. I lead the business front or non-technical side of stuff, business development, sales, marketing, and all this. And the other 2, my partners, they are the coders in ChopChop. So it's a very well balanced team. We bring perspective and expertise from in a lot of aspects. It's a good thing about us. Well, I think it is.
But how do you find them?
Because in this field, since I'm not a coder, I need to find partners who code. Outsourcing product development is a big no-no. So I attended tech events and this. So I met them at an event called Nova Weekend last year in May. It's an event where people gather together, discuss ideas, and hack up something hack up a web stuff or mobile stuff. So that is true there where I met 2 of them. And despite being knowing each other as strangers, things work out really well today. No, we didn't mess up with one another, so that's good.
So you didn't know each other until?
We didn't know. So we were aware of the risk.
Right.
Well, Aaron might messed up, and I might think they might messed up as well, because strangers after all, right?
Yeah,
but things very, very fortunate for us. The chemistry is very strong. Team is good. We are very happy with one another. That's what I feel.
Okay, Jermaine, what about you?
Yeah, thanks Patrick. And basically, previously I was working in KDU. I was with KDU, so as Evan. So both of us actually we work as system engineers. So
Evan is the other guy,
the co-founder.
the co-founder.
Yes,
okay.
correct. Yeah. So both of us were actually working in KDU. It was a relatively good exposure. It's very technical. We do a lot of things from software solutions to even hardware. Like sometimes I have to actually maintain their parking systems, card systems, and all those. But after working for 2 years, then I found out that actually I should actually move out from what I have now. Because in the technical world, we are more of like very covered. We are not market ready in that sense. We are working to solve problems, but it's on a very micro level. But on that day, when I first met Aaron, we were actually at this Nova Weekend. So I was like, who was this guy who actually came and pitched to us? It was like trying to sell us his ideas.
Wait, hang on. you have to be a little bit louder, just in case we didn't catch the audio.
Okay,
But
sure.
tell me a little bit more about this Nova. You sound like he is pitching the idea, and you guys are just coming in for a ride. How does that work?
Yeah, okay. This we were kind of like invited to be in this event.
Right.
It was held in KDU itself.
Okay.
So we were just there, more of like from a spectator's point of view.
Oh, you're not there to compete in the
No, it's just to participate.
right.
But at the end of
Is it a competition or?
No, it's just more of like a sharing session where
Oh.
a community comes together.
Uh-huh.
They try to form groups and they try to get this kind of synergy to actually work on something.
Right.
So basically, based on our observation, there are more of business development people, moreover in comparison to technical people. So we were there and we got to know a lot of people. They start to share ideas and all this. But Aaron was one of the guy that we felt comfortable with because of the age difference, and he's very enthusiastic when he actually tried to pitch to us. So then we move on from there. Then we got together. Then we started to work on this startup.
And so you were given some time to go on open mic to pitch an idea, and then
Well, not actually. Yes, I was there to pitch an idea
Right.
to the whole room, but because before that idea pitching session, we were in a group to discuss some other stuff. So I get to meet Jermaine and Evan there. So when there were breaks and all, I just talked with everyone and then I spoke to Jermaine. I told him what I'm actually doing, what I'm searching for.
so it was icebreaker session, huh?
Yeah,
Something
in a way,
like that,
yes,
lah.
So I don't know what was happening then. So
Right.
I was just sitting down and speaking to Jermaine, and he introduced me to Ava, and we took it from there, lah. But that was when the team was formed. But Chop Chop was formed like 5-6 months later.
All right. Okay.
We were building something else, which is still in the pipeline, but not now, lah.
Also, Chop Chop is not even the initial idea. It was
It was
A branch.
It was a
out, actually.
subset.
It's more of a subset.
yeah, I know. The stepping stone to where we want to be, lah.
so we got a world domination kind of idea, and this is like
you know.
moving the pieces on the chessboard.
Yeah, it was something too big for us to buy then. So we're like, okay, this Chop Chop is similar to it. Not identical, similar. So why not we build on this, and then we move it from there, because it's complementary. So that is our strategy for now, lah. But of course, always getting there is an issue.
Yeah. But first, we would like to solve a problem.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
this is actually a problem that persists in users and also merchants. So we came up with this. Then we felt that it's more manageable for three of us, and our approach is more of a lean startup. That we have to create a prototype to prove that our concept actually works for the market.
But do you already have an idea of how to do that? I mean, lean startup and product concept, prototyping. That is like
there's this concept of lean startup by Eric Ries and all, so we know roughly what it is about, lah.
Right.
So going lean doesn't mean you have to be cheapskate, but
Yeah.
basically it's how to maximize your resources.
Right.
And a lot of people that we spoke with, entrepreneurs want to be, one of the stumbling block for them, well, it's not a real stumbling block, it's more for mentality. I have no money.
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
That's right.
Alright. So we don't see that way. We were like, okay, we can build something at a relatively cheap cost.
Right.
So we don't use that as a reason we need money to do it. We are willing to fork out some money. So we give it a try, lah. Test the prototype, and then only we decide to, hey, where we want to go from there. So our prototype has been proven. There's market validation, and then from there, take it lah.
So on that night you had an idea, you went in to pitch. On that night you were looking for an idea, so you went there and see, and that's how you met.
Not really.
Not really?
We went there with a very passive attitude.
Right.
But then it turned out to be okay. There's no harm exploring.
Yes.
So then we met up. After that, then we start to discuss. Because in general, we will actually, as technical people, will tend to actually provide more analytical views
Yes.
of the product. So we'll try to work out something, the flow of the system and all this. So in fact, we did came out with a prototype for the first system. But then we found out that there are actually a lot of obstacles. It's not the right time to actually deploy it yet. But Yeah, I'm happy to see that actually, because most of the youngsters these days, they are not willing to be committed
Yeah.
into starting an idea, like to realize their idea in that ways.
Okay.
So we took the first step by just giving up half of our time. We were still working full time,
Right.
as committed as before, and also we have to commit to this startup.
Mm.
So because there is a validity for this product, so we decided to actually quit our job and move on.
So was
to
it
this
tough?
full-time.
Was it a tough what do you call this?
A tough-
Decision to make?
Yes, of
I
course.
bet your parents must be.
Sort of lah. It's tough.
So how do you get past that? I mean, what made you go? Okay, this is it. Now's the time to go. Now's the time to quit and
Before I come to the question, to add on to what Jermaine said last time, people nowadays, I mean young people nowadays, they go to coffee session, ConcreteJungle, they talk about $1 billion idea. I have a great idea. Talk about it. Wow, it's great, man. $1 billion idea. Next week they have another idea again. So the biggest stumbling block, I think, or obstacle, it's getting the ball rolling.
right. The first move.
The first move that makes all the difference, whether you fail or not, but
Yeah.
the fact that you took the shot. So that is where a lot of people, let's not do it. They,
Lazy.
lazy, or they come up with other kinds of reasons. Yeah. But we're glad lah. We three of us, we're on the same wavelength. You know what? Let's do it. We are young. We have no cars to pay. We have no kids or anything. We have no major commitments. So
Right.
give a shot. And now today to start a web or mobile tech company, it's put it this way, relatively cheap compared to 10 years ago.
Your drill is back on again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop. All right.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about let's talk about Chop Chop. And then okay, now we know how the idea was conceived, but what gave you guys the idea? Or what you came up with the idea first, or
Nowadays ideas are not new lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ideas are not new. They are all over the place. It's just taking one and iterating it. That's
Right.
it. So before we came to Chop Chop, we were doing something else.
Right.
And then we decided that after one meeting, we decided, look, this is just too big for us.
uh-huh.
And a day or night
It
or
sounds
two.
like Star Wars, man. It sounds so like Star Wars. Let's do episode 4 first, and we don't call it A New Hope. It's a big picture galaxy and everything like that. And right, sorry,
Yeah, bro.
rambling. I'm sorry, my fault.
So where was I?
Right, so you had a bigger idea, a bigger picture of a business, but you just couldn't do it, couldn't scale it. What was
It's not a
the
matter of scaling, it's a matter of factors beyond our control. In
Right.
this sense, I won't go into it, but
Sure.
I won't go into detail, but we're trying to build a social payment network. So when there's a word payment, there's the word regulation around. So it's a very innovative thing. It's not, I'm not trying to be a bank, I'm not trying to be PayPal, but it's something that innovative. I won't go into detail. So
There is there's this thing called Square, right? Is it
Square.
like no?
No, it's
it's
not
different.
Square. It's different, similar but
Yeah.
but different.
They are more
I'm
of
sorry, I'm busting your balls.
But I have to admit that Square is actually very innovative.
Oh yes.
It's actually more of a revolution. They revolutionize the way people pay money, and also how they actually like merchant actually accept money. It's more of an enterprise approach, but with ours it's more of a social thing that it's
Peer-to-peer
Yeah,
level,
it's on a peer-to-peer level.
Yeah.
It's micro payments, but it's still payment. It's a little bit difficult to start off from where we are now. So we pivoted to something else, which is this mobile loyalty, where we try to solve problems for users, immediate problems.
So let's talk about Chop Chop. What is Chop Chop?
We digitalize your this.
Oh yeah, I remember the chop card.
Yeah, digitalize all your chop cards and all this. You take it, put it into your smartphones. That's the basic idea of it lah. So what we're trying to do next is also digitalizing other stuff in your wallet. That's the basic idea.
But what are the features of Chop Chop?
tech guy explain.
So basically, Chop Chop, the first thing is that we are trying to digitalize paper loyalty cards first.
Right.
So basically, like those buy 10 free 1 cards that you get.
Yes.
So we are replacing it in a digital form, whereby a user does not need to hold the card in their wallet. So
Right.
we also basically we solve problems like expiries and also misplacing your loyalty cards.
Yes.
Because most of the people, when they are actually at their outlet, when they want to pay or they want to get their chop, then they'll realize that oh crap, I left my card at home. So they miss the opportunity to actually get rewarded.
Yes.
So in this case, that we also help them solve the problem of the bulkiness.
Yes.
And on the merchant side, we are helping business to identify which are their customers.
Right.
We are also creating a channel between the customers and also the merchants. So they don't have to go through it's more of like a platform whereby they can act seamlessly. Like let's say a merchant wants to send out a voucher, they could actually send it through our platform. And on top of that, they could actually profile their customers in a more organized manner. For instance, their age group. They can search for people who like to drink coffee at the age group of 18 to 25. They want male or female in which region. They could actually pin spot this kind of customers.
Can they communicate with them?
Yes, through our platform.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So this is actually the powerful part, because the loyalty part it's quite sticky. It takes a little bit of time to pick up, but at the end of the day, it's actually it makes more sense for merchants to run loyalty than one-time promotions. Because one-time promotions, they don't create this kind of customer loyalty, as in stickiness. Because it's always cheaper to maintain a loyal customer than acquiring a new customer. Actually.
Yes.
Yeah. So based on numbers, the arbitrary number that I read of some articles are like, it only takes 10% to actually recall your loyal customer, but it takes about 30% more to actually acquire a new customer. So that is actually the cost difference. And on top of that, because recurring customers are actually the one who they show loyalty by actually liking your product.
Yes.
So they tend to come back more. Things like daily deal promotions, in fact, you're actually targeting the wrong crowd. They are more of like bargain seekers, so they might come to experience your product for once.
You may never come back.
Yes, the conversion rate of that is pretty low.
Yeah.
Whereas for loyalty, the conversion rate is relatively high.
There's a reason for them, an incentive for them to always come back just to get that stamp.
Yes.
And to get rewarded. So basically, you get rewarded with something free, and
Yeah.
people come back.
Yes, correct.
So this is a B2B business whereby you go to the business owner and you tell them that, you know what, instead of printing these cheap cards that could go missing, why don't we invest on our platform? And is it expensive to invest on a platform such as this for a business owner?
It's not expensive because Chop Chop is beyond loyalty. If I were to print this card, yes, I'm just loyalty purely sticking in my wallet, but
Yep.
going on a digital platform, right, what we have created for businesses is loyalty is one thing, driving consumer back, but the second part is we are creating brand exposure and visibility for that. By being on the phone, your brand's being seen more, like what Jermaine said, just on the communication platform. You can communicate directly your customers, sending them messages and all, which you'll be seen again. You appear on our merchant list in our app, which can be explored by our thousands of users. So essentially, they're doing loyalty and marketing. So this is what we are trying. That's what we are. If for SMEs, right, the hard part for them is to market their product. Fair enough, you use Facebook and all to do it, but they still resort to those traditional kind of printing stuff.
Yeah,
and all,
flyers and all that,
flyers,
yeah.
people see it through on the floor and get stabbed. So why not invest on a platform? People, your customers use our product in your outlet, and then they also can share the activity on Facebook. And we know word of mouth is the most powerful marketing tool. And when they do that, it just reinforces your brand appearing. When your customers share your brand, their friends will see what they're actually doing with your brand. That reinforces the quality of your brand, creating brand exposure. You print leaflet, it goes on the floor. That's it.
On top of that, to add on to his statement, by doing that, we also track the impressions of the views of your ads and like vouchering system. How many people came back? So you could actually gauge the effectiveness of your promotion. On top of that, why mobile? Because like 1 or 2 decades back, every single company, they want to have their own website.
Yeah.
But now in this current century, everyone wants to have their own app. But until the end of the day, it will be a problem for users to actually to download each and
How many apps can you have on your phone?
Yes, there is no value to them per se. So we are consolidating all the problems and put it on one platform.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
So
actually
is it expensive for them to be on a platform?
Not
An arm and a leg?
no lah.
No.
One kidney?
It's fine. It's relatively priced lah. So we approach the situation depending on the size of the business and their volume. That's how we set our pricing. Because at the end of the day, if it's so expensive and no one wants to offer.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if anything that's more than an ad on a magazine is tough.
And you will know like what's the return on investment. Like Jermaine said, we track all this. We get the impressions, we see how people actually interact with your brand and all, and we give you the numbers. You advertise on a newspaper, they tell you they got 100,000 eyeballs. That's
you can't tell.
You can't tell who actually view your ad.
Yeah.
So that's the advantage of being on a platform.
And your platform is only on iPhone or?
it's currently on BlackBerry,
As well.
iPhone, and Android.
Okay.
Yeah, but iOS and actually platforms that are more prominent in the Malaysian market.
Right.
Yeah, so we are focusing a lot on
Which one is higher?
iOS.
Definitely
is
iOS.
still the highest.
So we do for BlackBerry as well. So we want to cover all major platforms.
Right.
BlackBerry is still a big market.
It is.
But it is a dying market.
Yeah.
It's BlackBerry is so sticky, I got to say, because of their BBM.
Yeah.
It's so hard to migrate away from that. I was using BlackBerry, it took me a month or two before I stopped carrying two phones. Otherwise, I don't see how far BlackBerry can last.
Yeah,
It's good
they have not innovated
Much.
to a certain level that they can say that they're significant in this economy.
Well, apparently, our latest OS, they say it might be a savior for them, but it's quite late into the game already, you know.
And it's quite a friction where my users, they have to download their app world that serves as the app store to download another app. So the friction
Why,
is there.
No idea. Now, the latest OS, I'm not sure lah.
Yeah.
But
the
my
previous
time,
ones, yes.
which wasn't not too long, 1 year ago,
Right.
it's just ridiculous. I have to download the app both and then download the app.
Does not make sense.
Doesn't make sense at
Yeah.
all.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about year one, and what were the challenges of? Let's talk about year zero first, because
We are still in year zero.
are you still in it?
Yeah.
Still year
yeah.
zero. Norman, the team was formed a year ago, but Chop was formed a couple of 7-8 months ago.
So let's talk about that year. What were the challenges that you guys can remember? The significant challenges that you can remember out of that year
Okay.
of forming up Chop.
All the
Outside first,
co-founders are from different backgrounds.
Right.
So for the first 1 or 2 months, we have to streamline our ideas to put ourselves on the same page. Then from there, we gain momentum. And the biggest challenge in the startup is actually to have sufficient discipline. Things you have committed, milestones. And
Milestones.
You have to hit.
Deadlines.
Yeah. And to us, like dress code doesn't matter, but when we meet clients, you have to.
You have no choice.
You're not given a choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, all this kind of nitty-gritty things are. But the synergy of the team is actually very good. 3 of us, zero arguments until now. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Got arguments on the business aspect, not so much on personal level.
The personal level,
Like,
yeah.
we didn't do this.
It's more of a debate than actually argument. Yeah. So.
Constructive.
Constructive
Yeah,
one.
very
See,
constructive.
No major challenges yet, but come to his point of discipline. Working part-time on it, it really doesn't give you the heart to actually pursue something. You just start, if this die, I have a job. So it's not a challenge, it's more of I think it's a core step to take to quit your job in order to drive something to be really successful. If you do it half-heartedly, right, just might as well do it.
I always say the year zero or the earlier years before even year one, right? It's all about building your ship, and when the ship is enough to sail, that's when you get on and then you set sail,
That's a saying by Rick Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn.
right?
Entrepreneurship is like jumping off the cliff
Yes.
and assembling your
Plane.
helicopter or plane together.
Yes.
Yeah. So we didn't feel that when we were doing part-time, but now when we are full-time for the past month, right, it feels like there's so many things to do at one go.
Yeah. And if you screw up, that's it, man. There's like
Yes.
no
You
pay.
crash. Yes.
Literally, let's not even talk about no pay. You crash.
But we gave ourselves a certain limit. Like you still need a bottom line of what we call burn rate in that sense.
Right.
It is a good motivation for us to actually move
You
on.
started from zero.
Zero.
What
So
do
you
mean
bootstrap
by- what do you
cash?
mean? Cash.
You
Well,
bootstrap all the way,
I forgot
or-
a bit lah. We bootstrap properly. We don't want to say, hey, we need 100,000 to do this. We try to come up with a figure what we can manage with, and then we just play around the figure lah. So
What were the initial things that was on the list?
the most expensive thing is the iOS SDK. is it?
SDK is like
SDK.
300 ringgit is like, but
That's the most expensive, Mike. Or you guys got it
For
got it
us
cheap.
to get into the market, it
Yeah.
costs us around 1,000.
That's the-
yeah.
yeah.
So it's still manageable lah.
Yeah, it's the money you have to put on the table to
Yeah.
Yes.
get a few cards.
Not like that card will make, not like the 1,000 is going to make us go bankrupt.
Right.
Gamble. Some of the other challenges we faced then, right, was because we are seen as a platform where users want to store their loyalty cards, merchant want to use us to reach out to users. So there comes for every platform the problem of chicken and egg.
Yes.
Merchants are, well, you have no user, why should I use you?
Yes.
Users, hey dude, you have no merchants, why should I use you?
Right.
So when we started, it was quite a problem. We have the product there, but no users on both sides. So I'm quite thankful that we have several merchants around our age that were willing to give us a shot.
Right, okay.
So they're like, hey, why not? It's an interesting idea. So
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Well, we have to give free at the beginning. Give and take one. So we get free, the test out, it's good. And then slowly we pick up from there. And throughout the journey, right, because I'm on the business front, the way I sell my product has changed. I can observe from last time how actually product has evolved despite being only few months, right? Where we are a few months ago and where we are today actually is a lot of difference. But to everyone else it's a loyalty play. But for us, where we want to go has changed tremendously.
it's more of the potential actually.
Yeah. Things are good now, picking up, but it's still a chicken and egg question. No user, why should I use? But things are better now.
How do you get the users to come in? I mean, getting the clients or getting the business to come in, that was easy enough. You just go up to them and say that, hey, buddy, try this out for free. But how do you get the users to come in? I think that's even harder, right? There's only a handful of business users that you want to bring in, right?
Yeah.
And then the users is like a huge crowd. Otherwise, you have no platform to work on.
So far our user base has grown organically in the sense that we haven't done any media, marketing or PR, nothing. But we still grew into thousands of users. So how we grew was they walk into our partner merchant, they saw Chop, what is this? And then they explore.
They test it out.
They test it out. They were like, and in fact it appeals to them immediately because I mean if something solves your problem, right, you were like, come on, I'm gonna use it.
Aha
Why not?
moment.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Hey, I don't have to keep all these cards in my wallet. Use it and cool factor of it lah.
Right.
You go chop at this as cheap, but now you use your phone and scan style of it.
So what can the user do on a Chop platform?
Yeah, okay.
Besides getting the chop lah, that is.
Yes.
And what do they do? They on the receipt they just snap a barcode or something like that, or a QR code, or how does that work?
Okay. So
For a user point of view.
Okay. For a user point of view, he needs to walk into this merchant.
Right.
Upon payment, the merchant will actually display a unique QR code for them to scan.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So they just need to take out their phone. They wouldn't even need to like select which card it is and all this. They just need to press the scan button, and they'll get the number of points that they are entitled for. Then they can just close the app and they can just walk off. After that, our app will actually give them reminders about their card expiry, or maybe actually merchants, they would want to push out new promotions and all these kind of things. So they will actually get it at their phone with their push notifications up. But for the first app that we have in the market now, it's more of a bear app. It serves as more as a utility app, But for the second one, we are more of a discovery app whereby we will try to expose all the merchants so they will know where to use it and explore.
And what these people are and all that.
Yes.
So you actually have microsites and all that for them to
creating
check it out.
more engagement now. And this the latest version of the app will come up wherein 31st May now, hopefully in a week's time, the new version will be there. We're trying to engage our users more with the brands. So we will have a merchant list for our users to explore. We have Facebook sharing for users to share their interaction with the brand upon getting a chop or redemption, so they can post it on their Facebook. So these are some engagement, and more will be coming up soon. One step at a time, because if we were to push out all features at one go, right, everyone will get confused.
Yeah. Yeah. So you basically up the ante on the gamification of a chop card,
In a way, is
Yes.
right? So what do you see a lot more apps, or do you see the world going towards that direction, the gamification of all the things that we do? Do you foresee next time when we are going on highway, every time we go to a toll, right? Ka-ching! You pay money and you get 1 point.
it's possible, and anything is possible in this world now. Even Google has a driverless car, man. But to that extent, gamification is good to drive people. You motivate people the positive way instead of saying you do this wrong, I'm going to penalize you.
Right.
But how far it will go, that I'm not too sure now.
Yet to discover.
Yeah, it's not a core thing to drive or to drive usage something, but it is still a good motivator lah.
Okay. What about? I think that having three co-founders, what would be the major challenges of working with so many
Three
co-founders?
Three is okay lah.
Because partners, I tell you, partners are one of the hardest things to work out,
Yes.
because it's emotional,
Sure.
right? You don't know each other. Black boxes, 3 black boxes. And you're trying to figure it out. What would you say is the driving factor to a healthy partnership?
Yes. I would say first thing is that the synergy. You have to create this kind of synergy first, then transparency.
Right.
Because we are much more of a blend of different personalities. One is more prominent, another one is more conservative and more soft-spoken. But I mean, it also requires someone to be in the middle to actually be more of a neutral point of view. So because when you have two developers on the team, most likely you will be more conservative, because you think about all the factors, or about all the probabilities and possibilities.
Right.
So it requires a lot of time, and whereas for business dev people, they want to move fast. So this is where the balance point, you have to, for every single thing that you do in this team, you need to find a balance point.
Yeah.
It's very crucial.
First time I met, right, I throw all this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
But they know what actually
Can
goes
be done
behind,
and
what
cannot
can
be done. They know
So,
the limits.
Yeah, because what we see, you just see the table, it's
Yeah lah,
nice.
yeah lah.
What goes behind the table is
Right.
a completely different story. So when we started off, right, it was to them, I think this guy is just throwing all kind of things easy to do. So from there, slowly tone down, try to understand where they're coming from. Feature is feature from the user side. No one gives a damn what goes behind.
Yes.
But as a team, I really have to understand.
Yes.
Right, I can't just say, hey, I throw you this, you do this. It's a matter of us discussing it and then prioritizing what we want to do. Yeah.
So do you any one of you has any entrepreneurials experiences in the past?
Not really, actually.
Not to say.
So how do you? So when you walk in clean slate, no clue what the hell is gonna go, what could happen.
Yes.
Did you all just stumble all the way through, or do you have any help? Or
We are assisted by certain people, but before that, we have our own self skills lah.
Right.
They are the product
Technical
side,
skills. He's got technical skills.
I'm
You've
from the
got
business,
yeah.
but it's just that I don't have real world experience.
Right.
But at least I have some set. We still have some set of basic skills to start off with.
Yes, the
fundamental
foundations.
skills.
Yeah lah.
So that's one to begin with. Then next thing is the attitude of doing it, right? Pretty good team. We have discipline now, and we know where we're gonna go. And the third thing is we are very fortunate in this period of time now where they are young, experienced entrepreneurs who wants to give back to society in the sense that helping us out.
Yes.
So I'm fortunate to meet a group of people called Grey Ethic. So one of them that's helping us out is called Daniel. They have been assisting us quite actively, giving us advice on various aspects of business or startup, product, marketing, PR. Sometimes when you're doing something right, you just don't see things.
Yeah.
They see it from outside.
Yeah.
So they just tell you, hey, why are you going to do this? And you're like, hey, yeah, why we didn't do this? So the mentorship there actually helps a lot. If it wasn't for them, I think we're still not. I don't know where we are, still lingering about. Yeah, it's very fortunate to have mentorship now. Back then, right, you want to get mentorship, right, you better know someone.
And there's a price to it.
Someone is
There's a
willing
price.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
People ask, what are you going to give me, right?
Yeah.
This bunch of guys, they come
Why
to
should I
us.
teach you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they, maybe for altruistic reasons, they want to see the entrepreneurial society in Malaysia blossom. So they are willing to help without asking. They didn't even ask for anything. They just come, we met and said, we want to help you achieve something. We want to create startup in Malaysia. So let's work up together. You become our guinea pig, then in return we will assist you.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that's harsh, but partners in trying to drive the entrepreneur society.
The champions.
Hopefully, but not Jara Kampung.
Let's put more on this.
Yeah.
What would be the top 3 things you share if someone says they wants to be an entrepreneur?
First thing, you have to keep an open mind.
Right.
When people criticize, you have to actually take that and then try to digest it. Because most of the people in Malaysia, once they think, this is actually a biased comment, then they'll just put it aside.
Yes.
But sometimes it matters a lot actually. Because to start with, we don't have the ecosystem of this kind of entrepreneurship or what we call technopreneurship in Malaysia. So we should actually keep an open mind whereby we also share your idea to others and you get more input in return. Because most of the conventional entrepreneurs, what they are afraid is that people will actually steal your idea.
Yes.
But actually that's not true. When you start to share, it's all about execution, actually,
Yes.
how you carry out the idea. So,
Ideas and shit.
Oh yes, very cheap.
So that is actually the first thing that we learned when we went
And a
into
very
this
short expiry date.
True, very true. Yeah. So that is the first thing. You want to cover the second one?
Or some other stuff is more on silvering. Yeah. It's not that we face major obstacles, but sometimes it just drains you mentally. Like, why is it not moving? Why is it not moving? But just keep pushing yourself, because they always say when you're about to gain success, you're one step short of it when you give up. So but don't blindly persevere. Just know the situation. Have faith in the product. Have faith in what you do, but not blind faith. Work hard as well.
So is that the third thing?
Actually, it's two guys. How many items?
Then the third one is more of like don't actually, you have to think out of the box. Most of the time when you create an idea, you are actually looking at it from a very micro point of view. So actually, to add on to the first point, there are some linkages are there. All the ideas that you have in mind, you just need to Google it up. It's actually already there.
Yeah.
Just see how well you can actually adapt that technology to your local market or the targeted market. So moving on is that you have to push your boundaries, and you would definitely say, I'm going to burn out soon and all those. But when you actually look back at the duration that you are doing this startup, actually you learn a lot. So you
learn the most.
Yes, you learn the most.
Yeah, because you're right at the front line.
True. And
Do
because
anything, man.
yeah, you don't have to be afraid to fail. Once you fail, but you can actually look back and actually you have gained a lot throughout the process. So yeah, when it fails, you just start up something new and just carry on.
Well, I think one thing I want to add as well, it's about the very beginning of what I said just now. Being an entrepreneur, starting a business is not purely about making money, it's about creating value first. Money always follows value, not the other way around. In fact, even in charity, some of my friends who are active in NGOs, I tell them, you create value, you still can make profit out of it. So, doing charity doesn't mean you do it free.
Right.
As long as you create value, you can make money.
Yeah.
Do it that way.
There are ways to monetize
Monetize,
later, so don't worry about the money first. Just solve the problem, create the value.
Yeah,
first.
solve the problem.
Whatever
That's the most
feels,
important thing.
create
Yeah.
money comes. Create value, money comes in, even for non-profit.
So do I get an extra chop for taking four top things?
No worries.
If you
You could work out something.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
cafe.
Okay. Now, all right. The last question is normally so far I've been interviewing single founders, and also the last question I want to ask, perhaps it could be towards Chop as an organization. Where do you think you guys are right now at this point? Zero or hero?
Zero hero.
Just launch actually.
Just launch. We
Yeah.
still a long way to go. Long way. I don't want to say we're hero. I don't want to say we're zero. We'll get there lah. But I don't care what category we are. At the end of the day, is what we want to do is to create value for the society, for the economy. That's it. Can be hero, can be zero. Even if you're zero, learn why we are zero. How
Right.
you ended up there. Learn something from the failure lah.
And that's a good point.
If you're a hero, don't be blinded by your success.
Right.
Think how you got there.
Hubris.
Yeah. And hubris, that's a true. Okay, please, look back, reflection. That's
Right.
an important thing. Alright. So keep in mind that reflection.
So okay, thank you very much. You have a very interesting product. You created something traditional to something new, and I think you grow very far.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Idea is something.
Yeah.
Idea is something, but at the end of the day, it comes down to execution.
Execution, or exactly
Yeah.
how many businesses you can get in, and also to pump up the user base.
True. So another advice is to anyone: if you think you have a great idea, stop thinking that you have great idea. Just do it. Yeah, just do it, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay, thank you very much for your time.
Alright. Thanks for
Patrick.
Alright.
Thanks for speaking to us. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Yeah, we are Chop. Basically, we put all these paper loyalty cards into your smartphones. And basically, this app is a free app for users. We are trying to solve major problems like misplacing the loyalty cards, your expiry dates and all this. And so this will be the merchant list, whereby we give exposure to the merchants. We'll let users know where to use this app. So basically, we are putting loyalty cards into smartphones. So this will be the brand name, their shops. You can always share it on Facebook, the terms and conditions, and that's actually about it. So actually, when a user actually approaches the merchant, when they are about to pay out, what they need to do is they just need to press the scan button, and the merchant will actually show them the code. They just need to scan the QR code and pull out. You have just received one chop. For those users who want to share on the Facebook, they can always share it, or you want to go back to your cart, you can always see this kind of details. And this would be a very personalized inbox where we'll push new updates, promotions, or vouchers that actually merchant wants to push to all their users. It's relatively simple. It's just a text-based push notification that will actually tell you about their promotion.